You already know what's going on. T-fuck low, fuck all licks, long live shit, straight nigga.
I'm like, fuck it, how you posting on the block because I love it. Be had to rags, and I be tripping just because it's a nigga I don't know. Where we from, I'm like, fuck him. I'm a brewery activist, bitch, chunking beats is a puppy. Y'all ain't with the clapping shit, but hitting the loss to get that one feeling. Pay all my sins and sin again cause I ain't done drilling. I'm in proper Percocets to help with the healing. I've been doing minutes with the Reaper, bounce to the Christian. I speak on T16, or you gon' go missing. Active soldier to the roll me over, I'm taping Nordic licks. He ain't on the time I'm on, can't be involved with him. Talking, I'm taking anything that get involved with him.
I'm waiting all night trying to get it cracking. Don't hit the block chunking beats if you're not a factor. I like the stars in the ceiling when I'm in the rave. 2 to 3 is all in this block, make a body shake. I'm John Wick with the stick since I lost my dog. 7.62s on they block, make they homies call. I ain't peace treating my ops, make them all fall. KOA that's killing the ops, that's for all cause. They call me T for the loc, that's taping all legs. Wayside eating big spreads, trying to sock a leg. 5.56 is all out the clip, make a nigga trip. All I got is weight ganger trying to send a bitch. 2 fingers, no thumb, how you chunk the dudes. Little niggas tryna pop shit, I'ma take them to school. Belt to ass on the court, all my niggas abuse. Beat the box down, chunk the deuce, then I'm getting loose.
I'm from MAG, I'm off the one, bitch, I'm a gangster crib. Blue tiff, put him in the slob and make him do a flip. 11-1, 11 deuce, niggas know that's a lot of moving crib. Glock none under F it with a switch, we got all type of sticks. She choose up, you lose up, I might just take your bitch. She like the way I keep this shit moving, and I sock no shit. Left, right, he got socked up in his chin for tiny little dip. Youngest off the clock, and I be tripping, I ain't going for shit. All that back and forth y'all doing on the net, my niggas ain't with. We bouncing out the whip, not peace treating, all you niggas can get it. I used to rock the stock until my bro introduced me to switches. You probably broke, cause you worry about bitches instead of getting some chicken. My youngin' off that, yeah, you been not play, you see his finger itching, up blink. Put it to his face, that nigga start bitching. Ain't running from no nigga on movie, you know my crib is different. Prairie after Broadway on gangsters, you know my niggas tripping.
Put a nigga in the pack like that last nigga. Hey, weird. Fuck licks, nigga. All that, what the homie said, nigga.
Wildin' out this show to the function with the scoreboard. Man, these pussy niggas got me up in war mode. I ain't going back and forth with a cornball. Boy, this 40-ounce bounce like a porno. Pizza party, not delivery, it's the giorno. I'm finna put 90 shots in his torso. Caught him at the stop and go, lock and load, no warnings. He's a rapper, but I made his hit rock and roll. Cold devil, I'm walking through here with chinchillas on. They gon' drop yellow liquor when they hear this song. Doggy dog world, 44-year-old bulls barking. They's gon' have the whole hood talking. I be with real killers, they don't send pop shots. This sound like a hun diddy bop bop. Mariachi Jones made a nigga cha-cha. Dissing on the net, all he heard was pop pop. I'm from the stink team, we don't do weenies. Poof be gone, look it's Houdini. Okay, you got a deal, but who chose better? Had to service as the newsletter, this ain't that. We'll be pulling through a stew if he don't stay facts. All you heard was K rounds and a playback. Mops dragging on the floor, what a Ajax. All you heard was pussy yelling out, stay there. I be with real killers, they don't send pop shots. This sound like a hun diddy bop bop. Mariachi Jones made a nigga cha-cha. Dissing on the net, all he heard was pop pop. Shit, nigga. I be with real killers, they don't send pop shots. For real. This sound like a hun diddy bop bop. Shit, nigga. Mariachi Jones made him do the cha-cha. Dissing on the gang, all you heard was pop pop.
Nigga, you know the truth. We ain't doing all that, nigga. All that tough ass shit in the booth, nigga. All you heard was pop pop. On the playback, you hear me? Yeah, you know the truth. Nigga, keep our name out y'all mouth. Nigga, keep some respect. Nigga, put some respect on this shit, nigga. You already know the deal, nigga. Long live Jamie on Davis. Yeah. Dissing on the gang, all he heard was pop pop. Nigga. Mariachi Jones made him do the cha-cha.
Nigga, I hit this whole floor, nigga. All that shit was spray paint, nigga. All the walls. Niggas was wildin' out. Nigga. Always pull up right here. If you look, nigga, with a bullet hole right here.
Oh, why would I wipe me a bitch when I don't have time? Why would I take his bitch? I barely want mine. 2 niggas came down sliding, that mean they both died. She got her legs up, butt naked, it's game time. Why would I wife me a bitch when I don't have time. Why would I take his bitch? I barely want mine. Two niggas came down sliding, that mean they both died. Why would I pop this perk? I'm trying to go fly. Why would I want you, baby, when you ain't even taking care of your kids? If I needed me a rib to live, she give me her rib. He got a dirty mic to get the pussy, he weird. Ooh, okay, give me that pussy, let's get the foreplay. If I'm in traffic and horny, I'm catching road rage. Hold on, shut up, bitch, I'm losing the 2K. If it get bad, then I'm back to hanging with Boom Gang. You met your bitch over Insta and fell in love. I got my bitch for the low, all for up. Model bitches, they love me, but I don't love them back. When I was young, I was fucking in Papa Cadillac. Sucking all the milk out her titties, can't use the Similac. Why she keep on calling me daddy? I just became a dad. Fucked around and burnt my bitch, hope she get rid of that. I just fucked a bitch and another bitch and ain't took a bath. Why would I wife me a bitch when I don't have time? Why would I take his bitch? I barely want mine. Two niggas came down sliding, that mean they both died. She got her legs up, butt naked, it's game time. Why would I wife me a bitch when I don't have time? Why would I take his bitch? I barely want mine. Two niggas came down sliding, that mean they both died. Why would I pop this perk? I'm trying to go fly.
Why would I let you slide you from the outside? Why would I buy these guns and don't make out die? Why would I tell you the truth? I rather tell lies like I just get the nigga on camera and ain't do no time. Bitch, I'm really him and I got niggas who can box chat. Walk a nigga down, knock a logo off his walkout. Swear shit too easy, a lot of niggas just ain't like they right. They claim when they kid, they ain't doing nothing like that. Really game business on everything, I'm stopping. These niggas pop that gang shit, but they ain't really about it. You know what the fuck going on? They escape the motherfucking murder team that way.
Ooh, why would I wife me a bitch when I don't have time? Why would I take his bitch? I barely want mine. Two niggas came down sliding, that mean they both died. She got her legs up, butt naked, it's game time.
I think my wrist about go against the ruler, see long ropes and pitchforks. I guess my lingo really gets to him. 10 chains on when you see me, you do the stiff on. Lightning brighten and I ain't even throw my wrist on. My shoes is bleeding, why I need help trying to get on niggas big time rappers. Why y'all ain't got none of this shit on? Shit. This shit crazy, huh? Draco put the F and N down, you just a maniac. LED lights on my wrist, what's I can turn them down. Cooler, how I'm cooling the ruler. LA just like my sound. Do what I can use this shit in Pakistan. I like this shit at the battle of the Masons on Mars with lightning sticks. Better watch your bitch when approaching, you might get hit. Just crack the whole break in the air, I like this shit. Damn it, damn. I think my wrist about Bruce Lee kicks for niggas thinking that they can't buy while I'm in them. Shit, I think my wrist about Bruce Lee kicks for niggas thinking that they can't buy. Damn, I think my wrist about I can see pan. Look like your wrist about like that bitch red. I think my wrist probably shit. Be quiet, damn. I think my wrist probably.
Duke and the ruler, we probably make your bitch a slave for them knots. She a choosy Susie asking what I pay for my watch. About 40K, fuck out of here, what my rollie say. Rappers lying like they gone, they living where they homies stay. Clean as a whistle, but still riding with the stowaway. Silly Billy, stinking niggas slipping shit, that show mistake. I'm usually on they necks, but if you play, I'm on the stove today. We catch a body, bury the body, shit a frozen case. Sitting at the top, I'm looking around like it's a lonely place. Think about the shit again like it's the only place. These niggas claiming that we can, but I don't know they face. Holy water flood all on my neck, make my shoulder shake. Weight of the world on my back, but keep my shoulders straight. Realest shit that ever been said, that's what I'm known to say. Blow on me, comfortable smile, I'm getting blown away. Niggas acting like they ain't know, I make it known today. Yeah.
I think my wrist bro. I can see pan. Look like your wrist bro. Man, like that bitch red. I think my wrist bro. Be quiet, damn. I think my wrist bro.
Hey man, say man, bitch, shout out to all the real niggas, real bitches. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the real niggas and real bitches worldwide. Y'all know that though. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my nigga Vaunt. What y'all on Vontae my bite? What y'all my boy James? You know what I'm saying? What up, K-Pex? Stretch niggas out like latex. You know, Diddy. No, Diddy. Shout out to my nigga Zantana. Shout out to my nigga Ruthless. What y'all, my boys? And we in this bitch, man. We finna take this bitch to East LA with it, man. Now we finna check out Big Hazard. Now, Big Hazard is Hazard is one of the oldest gangs in California history. Some would say I don't know which one older, White Fence or Big Hazard. You know what I'm saying? But they're breeding grounds for the Mexican mafia. You know what I'm saying? So that makes them very dangerous, and that makes Big Hazard very important. They beef with everybody around them. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta show them niggas some love, man. Shout out to my nigga Cam Go. What you on? Gainesville, Georgia checking in. But I'm in Texas with today. All right, shout out to my dog. You know your boy Gainesville in the country, boy. All right, country ass nigga. You in Texas, boy? What you down there, boy? You out there bringing them boys some cows or something? A lot of cows in Texas, boy. You can't go the road without seeing the cow. Nigga, I thought I was in the. I'm about to lie. I never thought I was in the trenches, but I was minding my business finna go work out. Next thing I heard, I turned around, some cow behind me. Like, what the fuck? Nigga, I know the only nigga in the city, but a cow nigga? Fuck my head up, guys. Oh, my mama, that fucked my head up. Bro. I've never seen a cow. Nope. I've never seen a cow that was alive. Nope. I went to a petting zoo when I was a kid. Well, the majority of cows I see is at Walmart. And they usually shaped in a circle or a T-bone. Or a shank. But y'all get what's going on, right? So we gonna get this bitch rocking, okay? You know what I'm talking about? We gonna get this bitch rocking. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. Thank y'all for showing up, man. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but y'all this bitch with me. So we finna get this bitch busting. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it the right way. With Mexicans. Hit that, hombre. Hey, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I should have had mariachi music playing when I said that. But I really didn't set that shit up like that. You know what I'm saying? So if I did, I'd have some mariachi music. I had some barro, some maracas.
Come into the hazard area and who can't?
Different barrios can't come into our neighborhood.
Because if they come in, we're going to get down.
Welcome to Boys in the Hood TV. Today we tapping into the streets of East LA, and we taking a look at the deadly Big Hazard 13 gang from Ramona Gardens. We're going to tap into they beef with different rival hoods and just go over their overall history in the streets. Now, Big Hazard 13 is a Mexican-American street gang which formed in the 1940s and took its name from the nearby Hazard Park, based out of the Ramona housing projects located in Boyle Heights neighborhood. Now, just across the San Bernardino Freeway lies some of Big Hazard 13's biggest enemies, like Camp 13, aka Crazy Ass Mexicans, Ovadio Nueva Estrada, the Maravilla Hood, and Lama 13, and many other hoods that they beef with. By the late 40s, Big Hazard was already making a name for themselves and becoming well known in East LA. In the fall of 1948, Big Hazard was having a party for one of their members who was getting ready to get married. At the time, there was a temporary truce with the Perimeter Flats and Big Hazard, so the Flats were in attendance at this party. But a fight would break out between Big Hazard and the Flats after a Flats member disrespected one of the Hazard members' girlfriend. Nicholas Delgado of the Flats was beaten very badly by members of Big Hazard 13. About a week later, in November, Flats sent out Pascal Vega to attack the Big Hazard members. As Vega made his way down Chelsea Street, he was confronted by Big Hazard members who beat him not only with their fists, but also with baseball bats. After this attack, Vega went back to the Flats and told them what happened, and the Flats would declare an all-out war and set to get payback on Hazard. Now, not long after this incident, multiple members of the Perimeter Flats headed to Big Hazard's hood, and a brawl would break out over the railroad tracks just below the Soto Street Bridge. Brass knuckles, baseball bats, and all different types of weapons were used. Two youths will be beaten so badly that they will be sent to the hospital, but one Big Hazard member by the name of Ralph Ballestros will be shot in the back with a .22 rifle by Robert Ortiz at the Perimeter Flats. Ralph will be paralyzed from the waist down, and Ortiz and 11 others will be arrested. Now, by the 50s, East LA was crawling with gangs. From the Flats to the Hazards, to Vadio Nueve, the Clover Gang, Cypress Street, the Avenues, and Little East Side. In 1953, it was reported that Big Hazard had about 50 active members that were involved in narcotics, robberies, and a series of other crimes. Now, during this time, Big Hazard would link themselves with the Dangerous La M.A., aka the Mexican Mafia, and that would be through Robert Sales, aka Robot. In the spring of 1958, Big Hazard would be involved in a shootout at the Downey Playground. A group of members from Big Hazard would drive down Broadway and North Spring Street
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
looking for a man named John Morales, an ex-Big Hazard member, who decided to leave Big Hazard to join the Clovers. Not only that, Morales was accused of helping the Clovers steal from another Hazard member during school hours.
Hold on.
That Sunday night.
Hold on, boy. They was doing niggas? I was wondering, like, how the fuck he flipped? See, Mexicans, they gang bang different. And these OG cholos, they not necessarily zoot suitors, but they around that time, these real old school cholos. Like, real cholos, gang. I don't know how they flipped, gang. Them niggas was on point. They was back doing shit. That makes sense how they can flip. You gotta, boy, you do it, nigga, boy. You know what I'm saying? You know? Definitely when East LA gang, remember, these niggas is gang banging. That shit is like a family. Them niggas loyal. Them niggas that have a baby and have a wife with 3 kids and go smoke theyself, and go smoke a nigga and turn theyself in to do life. Like, just because Lame said so, gang. Like, that's instant Mexican Mafia association, gang. Like, that shit means something. Definitely to them.
Big Hazard members spotted Morales and the other Clover members at the Downey's Playground, and they opened fire. Morales and the Clovers would run back to the house and grab their guns and head back outside shooting.
Run back to the house?
At this point, we had an all-out shootout.
Run
no
back
one
to
will be
the
hurt
house
in this incident,
and
but the
get they
police will
guns.
arrive, and a total of 8 people will be arrested, including Morales of the Clovers and 2 other Big Hazard members. Just 2 years later, in the 1960s,
8 niggas shoot, nobody gets shot.
Big Hazard members would still be at war with the Clovers. In the fall of 1960, Big Hazard
Virgo
members
season.
were holding a dance at a hall on Valley Boulevard and Eastern Avenue when the Clover gang members drove by taunting them.
What year was
return to Valley Boulevard in the fall of 1960.
1960, these are the fucking zoot suitors. These niggas are zoot suitors, gang. Them niggas is gang banging in 5-piece suits and top hats. They probably didn't shoot nobody. They walking around in them heeries. They got the guns they killed Abraham Lincoln with.
Big Hazard members were holding a dance at a hall on Valley Boulevard and Eastern Avenue when the Clover gang members drove by taunting them.
They motherfuckers was tripping. Bro, they in suits popping at niggas, gang.
The Clover gang's car. Sometime later, 15 Clover gang members will make their way back to the dance with 2x4s, chains, and hatchets and attack Big Hazard members. Bertho Silva was beaten very badly to the point.
A hatchet? A hatchet? Nigga, I ain't know Paul Bunyan was finna chop down trees. Hey, dog, if we had a gang fight, if we finna fight, and you bring a hatchet, well, that ain't no fight. A hatchet, nigga?
Went to where he had a fractured skull. When police would arrive,
bro, a hatchet? I can't get over that hatchet shit, folk. A nigga ain't doing a hatchet. Not a hatchet, folk. Anything but a hatchet. You're not bringing a hatchet to a gang fight.
They would arrest Robert Lara of the Clovers gang. Now, as the years went by, Big Hazard gang grew even bigger and that much more dangerous. And by the 80s, they were one of the most feared gangs in the city. In 1981, Big Hazard member Alfredo Rivera and a man named Julio Esquivel, along with Paca's members Anthony Solis and Salmar, visited the El Sereno area. They spotted a man named Juan Medina, and they brutally beat him and stabbed him in the eye with a screwdriver. Afterwards, they robbed Medina and fled in a nearby car driven by Paca's members. As they were driving away, Juan Medina, cousin, saw the entire incident. He would hop in his pickup truck and give chase after the Big Hazard's members. Eventually, Salas drove into the Ramona Garden area where he would drop off the two Hazard members, Julio and Alfredo Rivera. When suddenly Salas realized that a car was following behind him, heading straight towards him, and as he was speeding away, he accidentally ran over both Hazard members, Julio and Alfredo. Alfredo would have a broken hip, but Julio would die from his injuries. Eventually, Solis and Salomar would both be arrested for murder and robbery. Now, by the mid-1980s, Ramona Garden was called the Center for Drug Traffic. Police stated that the people from all over, from the likes of San Diego, would come to Ramona to cop drugs, mainly to buy PCP, heroin, and weed. Big Hazard, at this point, had their hands in everything. But when the 1990s hit, East LA would be struck with violence like we've never seen before, and Big Hazard was right in the middle of it. On August 3rd, 1991, 19-year-old Big Hazard member named Arturo Jimenez, aka Smokey, was shot 3 times and killed by sheriffs. The officers claimed Jimenez threw a beer bottle at them and claimed that Jimenez knocked an officer unconscious with the officer's flashlight. Sheriff's Department officer Jason Main, the cop who fired the fatal shots, was linked to a known white supremacist group within the police department called the Linwood Vikings. The death of Jimenez would cause an uproar in the community, but unfortunately, Officer Main was never disciplined, never convicted, simply transferred by the department.
Smokey was a member of our gang. His name is Art Jimenez, his real name. And he was a good guy. You know, he played in a small part of American Me.
About a year after this, in 1992, a well-known actor by the name of James Olmos would make his very first directorial film debut called American Me. Now, this film was based on the notorious Mexican mafia, and it will be filmed in Big Hazard's neighborhood, the Ramona Gardens. Problems would arise when word got back to the Mexican mafia about inaccurate information being depicted in the film. This did not sit right with the Mexican mafia members whatsoever, but the issues went much deeper than just the film itself. There were 3 individuals who assisted on the film who are already on the Mexican mafia's bad side. The first would be Ana Lizarraga.
Ana Lizarraga had participated in the movie. In fact, she was a youth gang counselor for youth gang services, and it was believed that she was cooperating with law enforcement. She would tell law enforcement what was happening with the gang. So she had a rat jacket for years. Miss Lizarraga had issues, and those issues existed long before her participation in the production of this movie. It was believed that she was an informant, and that she was informing with the Sheriff's Department and LAPD as a result of her work with the youth gang services.
Next, Manuel Luna.
And the last individual was Manuel Luna. Manuel Luna was a member in good standing. They used to call him the godfather of Hazard, right? And he was well respected as a carnal. That he had become a crackhead. He was using crack, and he had lost face in the organization. He had lost face to the homeboys.
And also a Mexican mafia member by the name of Charles Manriquez, aka Charlie Brown.
And they were talking about Charlie Brown. We used to call him CB. And they were talking about CB, and they were saying he's got to go. He's good for nothing, and he's an embarrassment. And Charlie Brown Manriquez was an embarrassing sight for a Mexican mafia member. In fact, he stole a case of bananas, that he was stealing car batteries out of cars and going and selling them to get his daily fix for heroin. But Charlie Brown Manriquez was killed because he was dead weight, not because he became a technical advisor and accepted a pair of Levi's and a pair of tennis shoes from Edward Olmos.
All 3 would lose their lives, and a man by the name of David Smelon.
Nah, bro. This like, basic, it's something like that, bro. I'm gonna be on the fiction side, though. I ain't gonna lie. What's the fiction side? What you mean, gang? What that mean? You say, bro, so you like you got gum in
At the center of it all. The first to be killed will be Charles Manriquez, aka Charlie Brown. On March 25th, 1992, Manriquez will be confronted by David, who proceeded to shoot Charlie 6 times with a .380, with the very first shot being to the face. And as Charlie tried to run, he would be hit in his back multiple times. Charlie would die at the scene.
That
Just a
nigga
few
fucked
months
him up.
later, on May 13, 1992, Jose Gonzalez, aka Joker of Big Hazard, drove down the 2400 block of Lancaster Avenue when they spotted Anna standing outside in her driveway with her boyfriend who was helping her pack. Gonzalez exited the vehicle and Gonzalez would shoot her multiple times as she fell to the ground. And then Gonzalez got closer to her and stood over her body and shot her again. As Gonzalez turned to run, a police officer was nearby and Gonzalez pointed the gun at her. But eventually Gonzalez would flee, and as he got several blocks away, he would be confronted by other officers and would be detained. Eventually Gonzalez would be sentenced to life in prison for this murder. But because of this murder, he would also become an official Mexican Mafia member after this. With all this going on, about a year later, on August 7, 1993, Big Hazard member named Manuel Luna, aka Rocky, was sitting in a parked car in Ramona Gardens when Avenue's member Alice Aguirre shot him multiple times, killing him as he sat in his parked car. Now, the gun used in this shooting was provided by David Gallardo. Just 4 months later, on December 7, 1993, Big Hazard member Ricardo Gonzalez, aka Rascal, also the brother of Joker Gonzalez, will be out in Ramona Gardens when the confrontation would jump off. Big Hazard members would have words with newly inducted Mexican Mafia member David Gallardo over the drug business that was taking place in Ramona Garden. Now, Gallardo felt that the Hazard members were interfering with the drug business because allegedly some of the members were refusing to pay taxes to the Mexican Mafia, and Gallardo was there to enforce. A shootout would take place in the midst of the chaos. Multiple people were shot, and also Big Hazard members.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. These Hazard niggas is tripping, folks. They overly tripping. Why? I can't tell you. Why Hazard niggas tripping like this, folks? They ass tripping. They big tripping.
Ricardo Gonzalez will be stabbed multiple times by Gallardo. Some years later, David Gallardo and multiple other Mexican Mafia members were indicted on a RICO charge, which included these murders. According to boxer, David Gallardo had a very big mouth and was known for bragging, and this would cost him.
And David Gallardo has seen this as an opportunity. David Gallardo was really trigger happy. He was a guy that just wanted to kill people, and he believed that would establish his position in the organization.
I gotta see that, bro.
It's a way to get recognized.
I'm gonna check you out, bro.
It's a way to gain recognition, but it won't keep you floating on top. You need socio-political skills to remain on top. Clearly didn't have those because he got whacked as soon as he got to Marion. He was a loudmouth, he was a braggart, and he got whacked.
Now, by the 2000s, the violence with Big Hazard would continue on. On August 20th of 2000, two Big Hazard members, Milo and Dreamer, decided to break the side windows of a man named Alonzo Ramirez's home. Alonzo Ramirez had an older son who no longer lived with.
What you doing in the hood for your name to be Dreamer?
Yeah, Dreamer. Yeah, he said he wanna be an acting. He said he wanna be a big movie star. I say, hey, that's Dreamer.
That's why they named him Dreamer. Who the fuck? What kind of bro? Mexicans got some crazy nicknames.
But did become a part of the crazy ass Mexican gang, which is a rival of Big Hazard. When Ramirez would come outside and ask Dreamer and Marlo why
they Big Hazard beef with everybody. And it's crazy, gang, because when they go to the pen, they all line up together. You see what I'm saying? All the Mexicans line up together, folks. Boy, shit be going on, boy. Niggas don't tell me the shit happened later, folks.
His windows, Dreamer would then respond because
Hazard
he felt
don't
like
want to pay tax just like some GD.
And this would lead to a physical confrontation. Dreamer would punch Ramirez in his face and lead to Ramirez being jumped. Now afterwards, Dreamer and Milo would walk away and they would tell Ramirez, "We're gonna fuck you up." Now sometime later that day, Ramirez and his family would leave, and while they were gone, members of Big Hazard would come back and shoot up his home. Upon returning back home, Ramirez would see that his home had been shot up, as you can see bullet holes through the house. This situation would force Ramirez to take his family and move out of his home. But over the next few days, cleaning out the house, Ramirez would return back, and each time he returned back home, he would see a Big Hazard member named Dominguez, aka Looney, riding by in an Astro van, just staring him down. Now on August 26th, Big Hazard would take a big loss. Oscar Medina, aka Milos, will be gunned down in front of a grocery store. Days later, on August 31st, Big Hazard held a rosary for Milos, who lost his life. For sometime later that day, Alonzo Ramirez, the same individual who Big Hazard had beef with and fought with just days before, was back out at the same house working on a vehicle with his friend Roberto Bedoya and another man by the name of Miguel Pantoja, who were all talking as Ramirez worked on his car. When suddenly Big Hazard member Dominguez, aka Looney, would ride by twice. And on the second time he passed that house, two men wearing bandanas would hop out and run up to the house with guns drawn and started shooting. Ramirez was shot 3 times, and Bedojas was shot multiple times, and Miguel was hit several times. Ramirez and Miguel would survive their injuries, but Bedojas would die from his. Looney, aka Dominguez, would be arrested and convicted of murder and 2 accounts of attempted murder, and he will be sentenced to 26 years to life in prison. Now, by 2005, Big Hazard gang had become a major problem for the city. In that same year, they would be hit with a gang injunction. And the gang injunction stated that the members were prohibited from driving, sitting, standing, and walking or gathering or appearing anywhere together in roughly half square mile of the section of Boyle Heights. But even with this gang injunction in place, this did not stop members from moving around Ramona Gardens. On March 8, 2008, 4 Big Hazard members, including Noah Contreras, they would all ride through Camp 13 neighborhood on Malabar Street and Ma Street. They would spot Jonathan Romero and Alfredo Ramirez and Guillermo Moreno. Immediately, Big Hazard would pull up next to them, and Contreras would hop out the passenger seat with a pistol-grip shotgun and started shooting. Romero was hit in the face and leg with pellets, and Jimenez was hit in his eye and back. Moreno ran to a nearby house, but he was uninjured. Moreno would be able to call the police, but by the time the police arrived, the Big Hazard members had already fled the scene. When Big Hazard had finally hit Ramona Garden after they fled, the LAPD had spotted them and a chase ensued. But Big Hazard would stop the vehicle and immediately jump out and start running, but they would get away. Only days later, Noah Contreras of Big Hazard would be arrested for the shooting and would be identified as the shooter. Eventually, he would be charged and found guilty and sentenced to 15 years and double to 30 years under the 3 strikes law. Just a few months later, after the shooting on April 22nd, Jesse Quezada of Big Hazard, along with members of Little East Side, which included Angel Mendoza, Peter Sierra, and a bunch of other East Side members, were celebrating Mendoza's birthday. After the party, the group got a phone call from another East Side member named Jorge Hernandez, aka Snake, who stated that he needed help with somebody that he had beef with. Quezada and Mendoza and the rest of the group drove over where they met Snake. Snake would then point out to the group a man named Rodriguez who sat on the steps at a nearby house. The group, including Mendoza, Sierra, and Quezada's brother, all approached the man asking him where he was from. Rodriguez would simply reply, "I don't bang, I'm a paisa." Peter Sierra then told Rodriguez, "Smoke this motherfucker." Mendoza then put out a .22 and put it to Rodriguez's head and shot him point blank range. Rodriguez would collapse on the steps where he would die. Afterwards, the group would flee the scene, and then they would head to Quezada's house, where they all began smoking crack and drinking. Just hours later, the group would then leave and decide to head to Gage.
Crack and drinking? Hold on. Them niggas going to hit, come back and smoke crack? Niggas is not going on a hit, come back and smoke crack, gang. Niggas not doing that.
Villa's hood to look for some members. Once there, a man named Carlos Jarregue would get out the vehicle along with Peter Sierra and start spray painting the wall. Quezada will also step out of the Tahoe. As Carlos is spray painting on the wall, a man by the name of Omar Corona came outside, and Peter Sierra asked the man where he was from. Omar replied, Indiana Dukes, but I don't bang anymore. Carlos walked over to the man and shook his hand, let him know that it was nice to meet him and that everything was good because they hoods don't beef. But Quezada told Omar Corona to take off his shirt, and Omar complied. After removing his shirt, the group looked at his tattoos and didn't recognize some of the tats that he had on, and they assumed he was lying about gangbanging. Quezada then put out a 38, and Sierra yelled, "Smoke that motherfucker." Quezada would then shoot Corona in the head as he died and collapsed on the ground. Immediately, the group fled the scene in the Tahoe truck. Not long after this shooting, Quezada of Big Hazard and Eastside members Sierra and Garcia and Carlos will all be arrested for the murder of Roberto Rodriguez and Omar Corona. All three of these men will be found guilty of murder and sentenced to life without parole. Years later, on July 25th, 2013, Big Hazard member by the name of Ryan Zepeda and other members would ride through Camp 13's hood when they spotted Mario Gonzalez and Oscar Munoz. When they saw the two men, they automatically assumed that they were Camp 13 members. So they made a U-turn in the street, and Zepeda hopped out of the passenger's seat and immediately pressed Gonzalez and Munoz and asked where they were from, in which they replied, "We don't gangbang." But Zepeda yelled, "Fuck Cam," and pulled out a gun and shot both Gonzalez and Munoz. Munoz was shot in the face, arm, and back, and Gonzalez was shot in the arm and a bullet lodged in his chest. Immediately, the Big Hazard members fled the scene, and both Gonzalez and Munoz would ultimately survive this shooting. Not long after, Zepeda of Big Hazard will be identified and arrested for the shooting, and he was later convicted. As I always state in my videos, most gangs have internal beef, which is normal, but a lot of the times it's not fatal, but other times it is. And Big Hazard brothers, Jesus and Robert Hernandez, would have a dispute with OG Big Hazard shot caller, Robert Gonzalez. The dispute would lead to Jesus shooting and killing Gonzalez, and this will get the entire Hernandez family greenlit. Jesus Hernandez would be arrested for the murder of Robert Gonzalez. On May 3rd, 2014, Big Hazard members had a barbecue, which included Robert Hernandez, Anthony Rivas, and Kristen Almanza. Sometime later, Hernandez went to the store for a beer, and Almanza would receive a phone call from Victor Barrios, aka Grizzly, that Hernandez was greenlit. Almanza and Riva will then go get a gun and head to the store. Once they arrive, Almanza would speak to Hernandez as they walked outside. Moments later, Almanza would shoot Hernandez twice, killing him. Rivas and Almanza would then flee the scene and go to another Big Hazard member house where they would then stash the gun. Store surveillance would capture everything on camera, but not long after, Almanza would eventually turn himself into the police and admit to his participation in the murder. Christian Almanza will be convicted of first-degree murder and will be sentenced to life in prison. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.
Bro, the Mexicans tripping, gang.